let's talk about compromise in relationships. Now, in my last video, I said mutual deprivation and performed restriction masquerade as compromise. But we have a lot of really weird ideas about what compromise is and isn't. For the most part, belief systems around compromise really rely on principles of mutual shared scarcity. I walk away feeling like I've lost, you walk away feeling like you've lost. That's how we know that a compromise has been reached. Or when it comes to people-pleasing dynamics and things like that, I give away everything and I walk away feeling like I got nothing, and that's the compromise. This operational definition of compromise is a one-way street to resentment, and I'm sure we all have been there. Now, this isn't to say that more abundant ideas about compromise don't come with concessions, but I think we need to examine why so many times in compromise, most parties feel like they're essentially forced to do something that they don't want to do. And if you're the party that's being compromised for, that someone is going to miserably, unwillingly meet your needs in a way that just feels like garbage, right? We've all been there. But it doesn't have to be that way. The research that's proving to be pretty foundational to my book is that of Dr. Stan Tatkin of the PACT Institute. And his framing around compromise has been a revelation. What he says that essentially works best for our neurobiology as human primates is that when we're coming to a disagreement, right, that what we're supposed to be focusing on first isn't our individual needs or the needs of our partner and how we effectively meet them, but how whatever it is that we want serves the relationship. And so our job when we go to our partner, when we go to our friend or family member, is to convince them that what we want is the thing that is best for the relationship, which in turn benefits them. So let's talk about what that looks like in application. A compromise focuses on the negative, right? What will each person or one person give up to make the other one happy? Effective compromise is a bargain. What can you both give each other to make the other one happy, to make each of you happy, despite maybe having friction around the issue? So let's use an example. Let's say one partner has a work function and the other partner really doesn't want to go. They always end up feeling left behind. They always end up feeling left out of the conversation. They end up dreading it and they end up overstaying. And it's just a bummer every time. A compromise would say that that partner has to go anyway to be a good partner, right? That their compromise is to do something they don't want to do, to be in a situation they don't want to be in for the sake of the other partner's desire, to meet that desire. A bargain would go a little something like this. Hey, I have this really exciting work event. I'm going to be receiving an award. I know that you hate these. What can we do to make this fun for you? And maybe there's no way to make it fun, but walk with me. The other partner may say, I really don't want to go. I always feel left out. I always feel left out of the conversation. It's such a bummer. I'm just standing next to you. Okay, cool. Enter the concept of seduction, as in making a compelling, beguiling argument to get your partner on your team. Okay, how about this? We stay for 2 hours. I wear something fabulous. I never leave your side, and I give you the biggest back rub when we get home. Do you see how this feels different than someone having to just sacrifice their own autonomy, their own wants and needs and desires in service of someone else's? It's a lot less like a hostage situation. You feel me? One of the most incredible things about relationship is that we get to know the other person really well. So we can use the art of seduction, we can use the art of making a good sell to try to get them on board and create an experience that can actually be net positive for everybody. Despite what we've been told about how relationships are inherently sacrificial, if you're working as a team in service of a relationship that is mutually beneficial, then actually there should be a way. Most of the time, if you're in an aligned, just, and compatible dynamic, that everybody can win, even if somebody is a little bit inconvenienced. I think sometimes we forget in relationships that everybody is allowed to and should be encouraged to ask of the relationship and of their partner, what's in it for me? And as much as we all wish that we could be altruistic enough, right? Think back to that example, that we could just be delighted because our partner was delighted. That's simply not the way that we're designed. And so compromise requires strategy if we want to avoid resentment. Because resentment is the silent killer of all relationships. We have the ability to influence one another, to bargain, to become experts in one another to the degree that we can make a hard sell. And if we get really good at understanding our partner and we get really, really good at treating ourselves and the people around us with dignity and respect, that shouldn't be hard to do. I think one of the barriers to this, for the most part, is that people don't feel like they have autonomy within their relationships. They feel coerced. They feel like they are being forced into essentially showing up and caring for the other person. They wonder if what they are getting out of the relationship is worth the amount of effort that they're putting in. And this is so easily remedied with a little bit of intentionality. What are we doing here together? Right? These are important questions to ask of any relationship. Why do I believe that my life is genuinely better with this relationship installed in it? Right? Why do I feel like I am more likely to win, to experience joy, to achieve my goals due to this relationship's presence in my life? And that makes it a lot easier, because instead of getting in a power struggle between one person's wants and another's, you think, wow, my life is better because of this relationship. So what we want together, what we're able to do together, what strengthens this relationship, strengthens my ability to benefit from it. And isn't that a way better deal?